Our pitching matchup today featured the A's right-hander Rich Harden against the right-hander Chano Park, who, while pitching for the Rangers against the A's, entered the game with an 0-6 lifetime record and a 6.59 ERA. And the A's got the jump on Park right off the top today. Jason Kendall with the day off, and so Mark Ellis was the leadoff hitter. He led off with a single, and after Kotze flied out, Bobby Crosby was next. The 0-1 pitch, and Crosby lines it down the right field line in the corner. That's a base hit. Now rolling into foul territory. Turning at second is Ellis. They're going to wave him to the plate, and there'll be no throw by Soriano. Ellis scores from first on a double down the right field line by Bobby Crosby, and in the top of the first, the A's take a 1-0 lead. After Chavez flied out, Hatteberg was next. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on a line drive and threw into left center for a base hit. Crosby can walk home. Hatteberg singles, and it's 2-0 A's. On a hot day and with the temperature reaching right now, I believe it says 95 degrees, Rich Harden would go 5 1/3, but he threw 111 pitches, and he struggled with his command today. In the second, Blaylock singled. Soriano lined out, but then Gonzalez walked and Hidalgo singled. Gary Matthews walked, driving in a run, so it was 2-1, although Harden escaped further damage when Alomar bounced into a 6-4-3 double play. So the A's led 2-1 going to the top of the third inning. In that frame, a leadoff double by Kotze. After Crosby and Chavez were retired, it would turn out to be a big afternoon for Hatteberg.
Park delivers from the stretch, and it's lined to right field. Base hit. Past Soriano, who was several steps in that outfield grass, and Hatteberg with the RBI single, and the A's lead it 3-1.
Rangers had a chance for a rally, actually had a rally in the bottom of the third inning against Harden, and a chance to put some runs on the board. They had 2 on and 2 out with Soriano at the plate.
Fly ball, right field, deep. Swisher back. Short of the track, on the track, reaches up and makes the catch as he hits the wall about 345 feet from home plate down the right field line. So Harden dodges trouble here in the third inning. 1 hit, 2 left, and after 3, it's the Athletics 3, the Rangers 1.
A's came right back in the top of the fourth and began to distance themselves as they would drive Park out of the game in the fourth inning. Leadoff double by Johnson. Swisher flied out. Melhuse walked, and Mark Ellis at the top of the order.
And the pitch is ripped to left field for a base hit. And scampering to his right to get it is DeLucci. Rounding third is Johnson. Here comes the throw, and it's cut off by Blaylock. Scoring standing up is Dan Johnson, an RBI single for Mark Ellis, and the A's are on top 4-1.
And then Mark Kotze, the next hitter, benefiting perhaps from a day off yesterday.
1-1 pitch. Kotze lines it into right center field for a base hit over a leaping Soriano. Rounding third is Melhuse. Here comes the throw. It's going to be close, and he scores standing just ahead of the throw. Stopping at second is Ellis. The Bluebirds are out at Ameriquest Field, and the Athletics lead it 5-1.
That was the next to last pitch thrown by Chano Park. Bobby Crosby immediately singled for the Athletics in that fourth inning. That was it for Park as Chavez was up facing the Texas relief pitcher John Wasden, as Wasden came in at this point.
Wasden checks third and throws, and Chavez lines it to left center. Matthews on the run, makes the catch. Ellis wisely tags up and heads home. The other runners hold. It's a sacrifice fly for Eric Chavez, and the A's lead it 6-1.
They would make it 7-1 in the sixth inning with Wasden still pitching at this point, as the A's got a leadoff walk to Kotze, and Bobby Crosby was the next hitter for the green and gold. Pitch to Bobby is swung on and lifted down the left field line, deep in the corner. Long run, DeLucci right down the line, and a fair ball bouncing up against the wall and going to third. Kotze, they're going to hold him there. He trips around third, now dives and actually crawls back to the third base bag. Into second with a double is Crosby, and the A's have second and third and nobody out. Chavez then would be walked intentionally by Wasden. At that point, Buck Showalter, with the bases loaded, went to Brocale, and Hatteberg delivered a sac fly, and the A's had a 7-1 lead. But the Rangers weren't dead as they made a bid to get back in the game in the bottom of the sixth inning with Harden pitching. Blaylock led off with a walk. Soriano struck out. Gonzalez singled. That's when Harden left the ball game. Joe Kennedy was on. He allowed a base hit to Richard Hidalgo and then faced Gary Matthews Jr. And the 3-1 pitch is swung on and hit to right. Swisher going back, still going, looking up off the top of the wall. 1 run is in. Gonzalez to third. They're going to wave him, and he will score. Going to third is Hidalgo on an opposite field 2-base hit off the top of the fence and right by Gary Matthews, and now it's 7-3.
That didn't miss a grand slam by much.
No, it really didn't. And there's enough wind to create that reverse effect we've talked about so much, where the ball just seems to go and go to right field. But Kennedy would come back and strike out Alomar and get the pinch hitter Mensch to pop out, avoiding further damage. The A's took a 7-3 lead into the top of the seventh inning. Brocale still pitching. One out double by Melhuse. And how about Ellis's day in the leadoff spot?
Line drive up the middle nearly took Brocale out. Melhuse rounding third. Washington waving him home. Matthews with the throw. It's cut off by Gonzalez. Throws over to Young. They're chasing Ellis back to first. Gonzalez has it. Nobody covering second, and Ellis is in there. If Phil were here right now, he'd say, "Holy Toledo." Amazing. Ellis gets the RBI base hit right up the middle. The throw from Matthews into the infield is cut off, and Ellis stays in the rundown long enough that nobody's covering second, and Ellis is in at second safely. It's 8-3 in favor of the Athletics.
For the last week and a half, one team playing well and one team not playing well. 8-3 A's, and that would be all the scoring today. Harden went 5 1/3. Joe Kennedy 5 2/3, 2 hits and no runs. Dukeshire was on for the A's in the ninth. Matthews bounced out. Alomar flied out, and Kevin Mensch was the last hope for the Rangers. Dukeshire's 1-2 pitch is a fly ball right center field. Kotze over in the alley, right there, makes the catch. This remarkable run by the A's continues. They sweep the Rangers, a 6-1 road trip, and they've won 6 straight overall, and 36 of their last 49 as they reach 8 games over 500. Our final score, the Athletics 8 and the Rangers 3. And Robert Vaughn will have the scoreboard when the A's postgame